Welcome to your weekly tribe report. This is for the fire tribe, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. If your moon or rising sign is in these signs, this video also applies to you too. Before I skip to your sign, or before you skip to your sign, keep in mind I'm not going to edit the card images on the interpretations anymore because it literally takes so much more time. It adds like an unreasonable 30 minutes to it, which it shouldn't, but I just want to really get this done quickly because I do 12 of these. So I hope you don't mind. I know some people expressed some, well, not some people, it was more for the daily illuminations, but either way, the card that I have for you all is the Page of Wands. So this week is about harnessing a new desire. Some of you are going to be into some new people this week. Some of you are going to have new hobbies, but really this is about harnessing the excitement of life. This is an initial desire. Don't expect too much for it, but expect some exciting news. That being said, I have my sister featuring on this episode, and I hope you enjoy her interpretations.
Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly Taroscope. So I'm just going to start and get right into it. This week is a week where you need to take charge. There are things that you want and it's burning up inside you how badly you want them. I think you're just not realizing that you can get them and you could be the you that you always are and just kind of go for it. They have the King of Wands here, which tells me that you need to take executive power. So there's a little bit of red. You also have Pentacles and Wands. So I think in order for you to move ahead efficiently and correctly in the right way, you need to actually merge a bit of your feminine and masculine energy. So Aries is a masculine sign. And in case you don't know, fire signs and air signs are masculine, water and earth are feminine. So try to look into your chart and see wherever you have feminine energy to try and incorporate that into your week, and then where you have masculine energy, incorporate that into your week and balance it out, and make sure that one doesn't overpower another. This is a week to tap into any squares you have in your chart and just focus on them and focus on relieving any tension that may come up from it. So squares are really difficult. They're really debilitating at times, at least that's the rep that they get. But if you focus on, because with every square, there's actually a lot of good in it. There's a lot of transformational potential. So focus on that. I think that will help you move to where you want to go. So you'll be fighting off a lot of the tension and pushback that comes from masculine energies opposing feminine energies within your own chart. So I don't really see a lot of other people coming at you sideways this week. I see a lot of you getting in the way of yourself. Not like self-sabotage, but just the basic principle that people have different sides of them that just clash. So, I think that you need to be aware of that and you need to try and balance it out. So, for your love card, I see a lot of jubilation. You need to find a Libra and hang out. That's what I was thinking in the previous overview of the week. I was like, see if you have any Libra in your chart. But the love card is telling me that you should probably just try and hang out with a Libra. They're good at balancing things. Even though they're a masculine sign, I'm not saying that they're inherently better at balancing masculine and feminine energy. I'm just saying that they're very good at balance. It's kind of like what their whole sign is about. So you might want to take a leaf from them, which isn't necessarily easy because if you remember, they are your opposing sign. So they have a lot to teach you, but you may not always be receptive to it, especially because Aries is very masculine, is very charge forth and in the world, do what you want. And part of this week is asking you to be a little receptive. But hanging out with a Libra should really help. Eating good food, berries, fruits in general, water, and just kind of taking things easy, you know, not necessarily pursuing, but just relaxing in your love life, which should help the overall feel. And it could be that in relaxing, you get what you want. Yeah, so in your career, I see that you want to have a lot of things happen all at once very quickly, and it's gonna come actually very slowly, at least to you. Other people may think that it's coming fast. Maybe it's not coming fast enough for you, or maybe it's just coming slow in general. Just be patient, and I think that it will eventually come, eventually get there. I just think that you probably just need to exercise a little bit of patience, because it's gonna come a lot. It's going to come, but not as fast as you want it to. So the lesson of the week: let that ego die. Let it die just for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, just for a quick second. Lay your ego down to rest. And, you know, if somebody's been telling you something that you don't want to hear, try to listen to them. Try to see their point of view. You don't have to agree, but just try to see their point of view. In seeing their perspective, you will gain a lot and you will learn a lot. And maybe that's the help that you need. It could be coming from the Libra, but whatever it is, I just say, let your ego die for a bit and see if you can learn a lesson from the people around you, or from the things that happen around you that most likely has a lot to do with you being more receptive and being more feminine, at least for this week. So I hope all is well with you. I hope everything was well with you last week, and that those positive energies move into this week. And have a nice week. Hey Leo, this is your weekly tarot scope. So I'll just begin with the week's energies. I see the Knight of Cups, which indicates to me that you want a savior for some reason. You want somebody to kind of swoop in and make the situation okay. I think you should just try and be your own savior, and especially because it's cups, I think it deals with dealing with your own emotions and learning how to handle those emotions in almost every situation. Gaining emotional control will really help you, at all times. When you're feeling up, when you're feeling down, gaining emotional control is very key, especially for this week. I see that you have a lot of fears about things that you really, really want to happen. Don't worry, just don't expect somebody to swoop in and make it and have it happen. You know, don't expect a Prince Charming or, somebody to swoop in and just wave their magic wand like a fairy godmother. Don't expect any of that. It's funny, I don't know why fairy godmothers in fairy tales are never men, but or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But yeah, so definitely whatever fear you have, don't worry about it, because I think you just need to tap into your inner strength and, inner emotional awareness. It could be that you don't need to be afraid about this thing. You don't need to be worried. It seems like you're going to get what you want and what you ask for. So another thing about emotional awareness is be aware of what you're asking for. So you may ask for something, then you get it, and then you realize that you really don't want it and it's terrible. You know what I mean? So be aware of what you ask for, what that may entail. For example, if you want to get a really prestigious job, you may get it, and then you may realize, oh my goodness, this is so much work. And then you don't want to work that hard. So you need to be emotionally aware, or just aware of yourself, to swoop into that situation and say, okay, well, I can keep this job or I can throw it out, period. And either way, you will be in charge of your own happiness, and you will attain your own happiness. I see good things, really. It's just that you have some fears that are troubling you. So don't worry about them, shake it off. So in your love life, I see a beautiful woman with a bunch of pentacles. I think it's 8 pentacles. So I think that you should, I think that you should, look into not your mom, of course, but motherly figures, other women around you that are that are motherly or maternal. That's the word, maternal. So it doesn't mean that they have to be platonic. So I'm trying to think of like a celebrity who's kind of maternal. The only person I can think of is like Natalie Portman versus like Scarlett Johansson. You know what I mean? Like one is more racy, one is more like soft and like innocent type. So look for that, and then also look for just maternal type people, not controlling, not oppressive, but people who kind of just want to guide you and nurture you and spoil you. I mean, you're Leo, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, things along that line. I think that could be a potentially really good love interest for you to focus on, and for you to entertain or consider the possibility. Especially if there's somebody in your life right now who fits that description, focus on them a little more. Maybe they like you, maybe there could be something between you, maybe you just haven't noticed them. So with the career card, don't try and do any shortcuts. I know I said that you need to gain emotional awareness of yourself so that you can get to where you want to go. Don't do any shortcuts. Don't do anything fraudulent. Don't steal. Don't try and cheat your way out of like hours or the work that you have to do. Just, don't be fraudulent, just, this is not the week, okay? This is just not the week. Even if you've done it so many times before that it's like, not a thing for real. This is just not the week to be fraudulent or to be dubious or to just play any tricks on people. If other people want to play tricks on other people, fine. If other people want to play tricks on you, fine. This is not the week for you to do that. So the lesson, Ace of Wands, the power is in your hands, okay? You have the knowledge to tap into your emotional awareness. I say you should seek out resources, whether they're psychology resources, astrological resources, review your natal chart. They could be therapeutic resources that already work for you, so maybe you just need to read a good book, or whatever it is. You have the power to calm your own fears and to settle your own nerves and to tap into your emotional awareness. So tap into that knowledge. Don't discard it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Yeah, and just be chilling, just be aware. I think the message for you this week is awareness. So with that message, I would like to say have a great week. I hope the positive energies of last week flow into this week for you, and I wish you the best. Hey Sag, this is Chelsea. I don't know why I've been like avoiding saying. Okay, I guess we're just gonna keep rolling. Anyway, this is Chelsea giving you a tarot scope for the week.
Here, start again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I say that? Because I've been avoiding saying my name. I don't know why.
You can. I already say featuring Chelsea on the video.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Sag, this is Chelsea giving you a tarot scope for the week. So I'll start off with the general energies. I see the Magician. I see a lot of wands. Sag, I think you have a lot of mental energy, mental capacity, and I was gonna say mental wherewithal. Not sure what that third one is, but you have you're very opinionated, and you like to stretch your mind to the limit. I mean, you're associated with college, which is a stretch, higher education. You're associated with philosophical thinking. So that's your energy, just naturally. You need to put that to work this week and make some magic and do what it is that you do. Like, I don't know if you're trying to uncover a new truth within yourself. I don't know if you're trying to find out a new truth externally, like figure out, as a more superficial understanding, figure out like what's going on with your relationship or like some other thing, your job or whatever. I don't know, uncovering truths. I just think that you need to put your mental energy to work, and you will find or understand or have a eureka moment, the thing that you've been waiting for. So definitely, I suggest reading anything enlightening or intellectual that you would normally read. You don't necessarily have to go buy a textbook that you would normally read and just devour it this week, unless that's what you want to do. But just really tap into your intellect and yeah, whatever pushback you have, you could definitely fight it off very easily. And I think you'll be seeing the returns from your mental energy output sooner than later. So in terms of love, don't be the fool. If somebody's playing you, just, you know, like, call them out or like walk away. Take action on your love life. No matter what it is, don't be the fool. Don't think it's gonna work out on its own. It almost never does. So like, take action on your love life. That could be to walk away. That could be to not care. It doesn't mean you have to break up with someone or like ask someone out on a date, whatever. You don't have to take like concrete action, if you know what I mean. It could be a decision within yourself to stop obsessing over some person, or to, you know, not doubt your partner anymore. But take action and make sure it's a conscious action within yourself. You may not know what I'm talking about until like late into the week, but like, if you do feel something, please take action. Like, don't ignore it, okay? Just saying. I feel like it'll be like a pretty blatant sign, but I'm just saying, like, take action. In terms of your career, I feel like you're embarking on a very new journey for you, and a very long and hard journey for you, which will take a lot of work, which I don't want to say you're not used to doing, you're just not inclined to doing. Like, so philosophical work isn't really work for you. It could be difficult to other people, but it's not really work for you. Intellectual work is not work for you. But whatever you're going to embark on is going to be work. So for example, speaking with your friends, your fellow philosophers, about philosophy or about free will or about, you know, government and the prison system and how that works, whatever, that's not work to you. Writing a dissertation about it, that's work for anyone, obviously. So that is the type of work I see you beginning. It may not necessarily be a dissertation, obviously, but just kind of like, you're going to embark on something in your career that's really big and something that you really want to do and something that's very beneficial to you and everyone around you. But it's going to take work, so don't be afraid of it. It's just going to be a really long journey. Don't expect it to be like quick and easy. It's not. Sorry. Lesson of the week. Rejoice with your friends. Take a little vacation and appreciate the people that you have around you. I feel like you haven't been doing that lately. And even though that may not seem significant or it may not seem important at all, when you don't appreciate the people around you, whether it's your mom, your family, your parents, your friends, whoever it is, you send out the energy that says, I don't care about you that much, pretty much. Because you appreciate the things that you care about. When you buy any Apple product, I was going to say MacBook, but a new iPad, iPhone, whatever, you handle it so carefully, you know what I mean? Because you appreciate it. And so when you don't handle something carefully and like you carelessly toss your phone on the sofa or whatever, one day it's going to fall down, hit the floor, and then break because you did not appreciate it enough. So whereas if you did appreciate it, you would pay attention to it, maybe put a cover on it, so if one day you did, for whatever reason, maybe out of anger, threw it on the sofa and it fell down, it would be protected because you had a moment at least where you appreciated it. So basically what I'm saying is appreciate the people around you, and it'll come back to you, but that's not the point. It's more so like sharing the love. You know, I think you probably have a lot more love than you realize or than you're willing to admit. So, you know, putting that back out there and being reciprocal about it and letting the people in your life know that you care about them is really important and is really going to help you this week and will really enrich your soul. I see that as a bigger benefit. So yeah, I hope last week's positive energies flowed into this week, and I hope that you have a good life overall.